So during that disastrous first inning last night where the Phillies scored 10 runs on the Mets, 10 in the first inning, I was texting back and forth with our great buddy, the brilliant comedian Jim Breuer. By the way, you can catch our boy Jimmy at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Atlantic City. Big shows. Bernie Dillon So Happy on Friday and Saturday night this weekend. And then, of course, he'll be at the Bergen PAC coming up on June 29th. Also, his Live in Portland, number one on iTunes in the comedy top 5 on Billboard Comedy. He is kicking ass. He's taken the world by storm, and he's our buddy, the great Jim Breuer. Good morning, Jimmy. How are you, pal?
Bernie, what are you doing?
How are you, pal? Okay?
Yeah,
Good. What are you guys doing?
Well, I stopped texting you when the Phillies got to 10. How was that to watch? 10!
It was brutal, I'll tell you that. Well, you know what? It actually ended my night early, so it was good. So I before I can even drop a deuce, I literally went in to drop a deuce. I'm usually clean. It's 30 seconds in and out. I came out. It was 8-0. I went, I'll turn on the Islanders.
and you had a good night with the Islanders, too.
And I had a good night. Yeah. Oh, my God. I was like, hey, Steven Matz, he's the best Mets pitcher this year. He's the one. Ain't nothing. Go to bed. I was saying, what? What happened? Well, maybe it was a hit. I hit, walked a guy, smashed the guy in the back, 2-run homer, double, 3-run homer. Well, what just happened? You need money? You need cash? Was this game thrown? Wait, you need a contract extension? What just happened?
The kid had a bad night,
Yeah,
Jimbo.
but you know, Bernie says he had a bad night. You know, I gave the stats out earlier, Jimmy. Vargas' ERA is about 15. Wheeler is about 8. Syndergaard is about 6. DeGrom is about 4. So this pitching staff, the best in baseball, they've all stunk. All of them.
This is what drives me nuts about baseball. Last year, you couldn't go anywhere. You can go to another country. You couldn't go anywhere to buy a run. The Mets were in third world countries. I got money. Can I get some runs? Is there any runs around here? I got it. Yeah, just give it to me. They couldn't buy a run. Yeah. Now they score 6 runs a game, and the pitchers can't pitch. This is baseball. This is what drives you nuts.
But Jimbo, there's still second place in the NL East. I mean, you may be despairing just a little too early, would you say? Maybe, perhaps.
Hey, listen. What do we play? 15 games. I learned from the past. I don't get involved I'm involved, but now I know I don't get hopped up until May because the last few years. Last year, I was already buying Mets World Series.
Yeah, I know. I remember.
15 games.
Yep.
You and the rest of us.
I was yapping with Yankee fans. You guys, you see our pitching stat? We're plus one was 12-2. Stupid.
It's true.
Okay. So, and Judge is going to get pinched for steroids. I'm telling you that right now. And
Well, the good news is the Yankees stink too. They're 7-9. We're 10-7. They did win last night. So when you're on stage on Friday night on my birthday and Saturday night on Adolf Hitler's birthday at the Hard Rock Hotel, will there be some Met talk in the Jim Breuer stand-up?
There usually is. However, there'll probably be a little baseball talk because I'm also in Philly territory.
Yes, you are.
So, Every time I play Atlantic City, there's Philly shirts, Yankee shirts, Mets shirts.
Wow.
And someone always shouts something, so I'll be well prepared for a little bit of baseball. But I don't like doing a lot of baseball because, it's like listening to a foreign language if you have no clue what baseball means. So,
right.
But yeah, I'll bust a little chops. I'll go there a little bit. It all depends.
So when they will shout like I saw Artie Lang once down on Lincoln Road in Miami, and there's a true story, Bernie and Jim. The people sitting in the audience were throwing those little airplane vodka bottles, scotch bottles, a couple of like clear plastic bags. I swear to God, got thrown on the stage. Yeah. So when you're up there, how do the fans just scream baseball? Do they throw anything at you? What do they do?
Well, I can assure you, there's nothing thrown. Now, Artie is a different act. That's like going to see. It's like going to see the band Slayer. No one's going to be sitting in their seats reading the pamphlet, saying, "Oh, look, Brad Garrett's going to be here in May," and "Oh, here's Bernadette Peters is coming." If you're going to go see Artie Lang, you most likely did quite a pregame before you showed up. So my crowd knows my crowd's not going to do that, and when I also shut them down pretty quick. If they shout things, it's never mean.
Right.
They'll usually say something, and then I'll address them to make them look doofy, and in a kind way, in a roundabout manner, it's me basically saying, "Hey, listen, I know you're excited to be here, but no, I got it tonight. I think I got the plan. You'll get everything you want."
But
You'll get your lasagna and your cinnamon roll, whatever you get. You'll get it. Let me carry the show. Let me drive the ship, Senior A15 in the 7th row. I got it.
You got it down to a science, no doubt. Jim Breuer, by the way, live in Portland. It's #1 on iTunes in comedy. #1 in iTunes. And top 5 on Billboard comedy. Jim Breuer, live in Portland. Check that out. Jim, you're an A-list celebrity, no doubt. You're very, very rich. You got a lot of money, and you have 3 daughters.
Easy come, easy go, Sid. I don't know about you.
Are you worried about getting one of your daughters into a good college like all these rest of these celebrities? Willing to bribe somebody?
No, I tell my kids not to go to college. I'm not even kidding you. Like what? If I had snot rocket cash, like the people that are getting caught doing this, why do they even need to go to college? You've got money for the next 20 centuries. So why don't you buy an island and start your own community?
True. It's true.
I tell my kids, look, I didn't go to college. I went to college. I went there. I was present because my mama. College to me is the biggest scam. One of the biggest scams.
Agreed.
It's not the 1950s where you go to school, you get a diploma, and you work in the same place for 40 years. That doesn't exist. Now it's go to college and go in debt for $200,000 and then come out and be an intern for 10 years. That's what America is. So I'd rather give them $50,000 in a backpack and say, "Go figure things out."
That's a good move.
That is so. Yeah. That's a nugget of wisdom right there from Jim Breuer.
So check Jim Breuer out this Friday and Saturday at the Hard Rock. Of course, again, the Bergen PAC, June 29th, and his monthly show at the Paramount coming up April the 27th. As always, you're brilliant. You're hilarious. It's great for you to call in, Jimmy. We'll catch you on the beach this weekend, bro. We love you. Thank you.
I'll see you on your birthday, Sid. Take care, guys.
You're the man, Jim Breuer.
Thank you.